BCCT Standard 1. Educators value and care for all students and act in their best interests. Educators are entrusted with the care and nurturing of the community's children. It is expected that the educator will treat students with respect and dignity and ensure the learning environment is a safe one for the child. Most public schools consider themselves an extension of the community. Community members are welcomed into the schools, either to impart their knowledge in a particular field or as volunteers. One excellent way for teachers to expand children's knowledge and connect their learning to their environment is to bring the classroom into the community. Teachers value parents for their commitment to their students by volunteering their time throughout the year. As a new teacher, I realized I had a lot to learn about the students in my classroom and teaching in general. I was not naive enough to think that there would not be days where children might misbehave or be disruptive to the learning environment. There might even be days where I would be faced with the challenge of more serious discipline measures should there be a situation where a child jeopardizes their own safety or the safety of others. However, it did not occur to me that I would have to discipline a parent. It was the beginning of the school year, and for one student in particular, it was her first day at a new school. As a result of a family move, Petunia found herself the new kid at school. The school year had already been in progress for 1.5 months. Needless to say, for Petunia, the first day was frightening. The new school appeared very big and somewhat intimidating. To make the transition easier for Petunia, the mum asked the teacher if she could spend some time in the classroom as a helper. She figured her presence would be a comfort for Petunia in this transition time. As a keen new teacher, not wanting even one child to feel frightened or insecure, the teacher was eager to be accommodating to Petunia and her mother. Besides, the teacher was just offered an extra pair of eyes, ears, and hands. It seemed a win-win situation. I went over the rules of the classroom as developed with the assistance of my students. For example, the mum had to respect the confidentiality of the classroom. She also had to respect the diversity of the classroom. Children's safety was the first priority. Should a discipline action be required, the mum was not to deal with it. Rather, she was to find a staff member to address it. We were not quite a week into this volunteer situation when I noticed the mum was spending more one-on-one time with her daughter. The situation gradually became worse when, rather unbelievably, I noticed the mum would not let the other children onto a swing. I tried the subtle approach, speaking in a humorous tone. "Come on now, don't hog the swing for yourself. Give the other children a try." However, after recess, the mum had brought her behavior into the classroom. During reading time, she purposely chose not to include other children while reading a story to Petunia only. And shockingly, I even caught her feeding answers to Petunia during a math lesson. It wasn't long when comments such as, "Hey, that's not fair," or "You're cheating," were being heard from the other children in the classroom. I knew this could go no further. I had to speak with the mum. I told her of my observations and that I could see it was upsetting the other students in the class. I went on to say that although I knew she had Petunia's best interests at heart, as did I could not allow her behavior to disrupt the trusting relationship that had been established between the rest of the children and myself. A parent's help is appreciated within the schools, but not if it hinders the learning environment or causes children to feel insecure or unsafe. To resolve the matter, I gave the mum a list of days where I would need extra help. Next to those days were specific jobs to be filled most gratefully. Other than that, I could no longer have her presence in my classroom. At the end of the day, I informed the principal of the situation and explained the action I felt was necessary for the benefit of my students and our learning environment. Fortunately, the situation was resolved amicably and did not require principal mediation. Parents are a wonderful asset to our schools. I will always value their commitment to their students' success. However, there are a few that may overstep their volunteer boundaries. If teachers find themselves in this difficult situation, it is important to remember we are responsible for fostering the child in all aspects of their development, even if it means disciplining a parent for their inappropriate behavior.